Hi, I'm Gary. Welcome to my channel and welcome back if you've been here before. This is Monday Matters. On today's show, I'll be catching up with the news and rumour from around the model making world. I'll be showing you what I've been up to for the last couple of weeks on my bench, and of course towards the end of the show I'll be announcing this week's kit of the week. All of these bits come as chapters so you can hop backwards and forwards as your heart desires. Before I start, there's just two things I wanted to talk about. First of all was my first viewers poll. If you go to my website, no, not my website, my YouTube channel, go to the home page of my YouTube channel. If you then click on the community tag, you'll see there a poll. Now, what I'm asking you to decide is, in the week of the 10th of October, which is a couple of weeks away, which of those four kits would you like me to be making? The choices are, in alphabetical order, the Fairy Firefly Mark 1, that's the 1/48th kit from Special Hobby. There's the Messerschmitt 163 Comet in 1/48th from Gas Patch Models. There's the Short Sterling Mark 3 in 1/72nd scale from Italeri. And there's the Western Lynx, the recent re-release from Airfix in 1/48th. You decide which kit it is. The poll is open until just before midnight on the 9th of October UK time, and I will announce the kit of the week as usual on Monday Matters on the 10th of October. It is entirely your decision which one I make. The second thing I wanted to say was a huge, genuinely sincere thank you to all of these lovely people on the screen now. These wonderful people through various partner programs have donated to my channel over the last month or so. Thank you all so very, very much. I really do appreciate it. It makes a huge difference. It makes a properly big difference to the ability to run this channel and provide new content. So thank you all very much. If you'd like to join them, you can do that by clicking on the links to any of my partner programs. All of the links are in the information box below, or simply use Super Thanks. There's a button down here somewhere you can click on for Super Thanks. In any case, please do make sure you've subscribed to the channel by clicking on the small logo down there and click on the bell button to see when new material pops up. And of course, always important, do give the Imperial thumbs up if you like the videos. The more likes or high percentage of likes we get per video, the more YouTube promotes it, the more we get seen, and the more the channel will grow. So even something as simple as saying, yeah, I liked that, and clicking on the button actually makes a difference. So thank you all very, very much for your support. Okay then, back to our normal process, and let's have a look at the news of the week. At the end of World War II, Saunders Roe produced a prototype of the SRA-1 jet-powered flying boat fighter to a government specification for use in the island-hopping campaigns of the Far East. Although it never went into production, this pioneering aircraft is the subject of the latest release from Extra Kit, a collaboration of Hannants, the model store, and the Sword Company. This is their first release since the 2014 Vampire collaboration with Special Hobby. Interestingly, the kit comes with the waterline pre-marked, so you can cut it to represent it in the water if you wish. A second boxing contains some what-if markings, including a US aircraft, a Fleet Air Arm aircraft from the Korean War, and an Australian aircraft. Meng Models is about to ship their F4G Wild Weasel, modelled in 1/48th scale. CAD images of the kit are very impressive, with a full cockpit and access ladders, setting options on flaps, slats and air brakes, a comprehensive weapons array, and even a metal pitot tube. Shipping allowing, the kit could become available here sometime in October. Hobby Boss has released this box art for their upcoming 1/48th scale Hurricane Mark 1. It's becoming a crowded market, with the much anticipated Armour Hobby kit yet to arrive as well. Also in 1/48th is this new tall trumpeter kit of the Mil-8 HIP helicopter, the ubiquitous transport machine in almost every continent. Staying rotary, and TACOM has teased some images of their 1/35th scale release of the Apache helicopter in Longbow and Guardian versions. These are expected soon in the new year. In the meantime, TACOM are offering the 1/35th scale kit of the MQ-8B Fire Scout drone in a double boxing. Saves having to mask off a canopy, I suppose. Even smaller still is this 1/35th scale set of the Switchblade UAV from Aircraft in Miniature, the drone credited with doing all sorts of mischief to Russian forces in Ukraine. And if you think your US Navy aircraft needs a bit of a lift, then perhaps look at these pilot and crew figures from Legend, available in 1/72nd, 1/48th and 1/32nd scales. Also available now is this 3D printed resin Bristol Hercules engine in 1/48th scale from U3D. It was originally designed for the Tamiya Beaufighter kit, but I wonder if it will work in my new ICM Beaufort as well. And finally for aircraft, is this the end of canopy masking? Studio 645 has released this set for the BF-109 in 1/72nd scale, comprising the canopy frame as a separate 3D printed item with clear plastic supplied for glazing. The idea is to paint the canopy before the glass goes in. It's early days, but this could be the future, especially in the larger scales. Back to terra firma, and Academy has this new tool of the Sonderkraftfahrzeug 251 half-track in 1/35th scale. This was used to transport Panzer Grenadiers into battle, but for a bit more sort of behind the front line diorama, you might like this kit of German soldiers carrying ammunition boxes under the command of a distressingly camp-looking officer. Perhaps equally wistful is this 1/16th scale tank commander from Andy's hobby headquarters, probably aimed to supplement his new 1/16th Sherman kit. Your 1/35th diorama needs might also stretch to authentic looking signs, in which case Math Models has you covered in Italian, English, Spanish and German. The English signs are a bit USA heavy, I think. Onto the waves now, and Pit Road has this new 1/700th scale kit of the Japanese FFM-1 Mogami stealth frigate, complete with SH-60 helicopter. I think the current crop of stealth ships look very cool, I must say. But if a frigate isn't big enough at 1/700th, how about this kit of the USS Forrestal from Gaga 3D in the same scale? It comes with 10 FA-18 Hornets for the flight deck as well. Naval gunnery is represented by this new 1/16th scale kit of the 40mm Bofors Flak 28 gun from 3D Wild. It's a resin kit with, it says, lots of metal parts. I do wonder if that shield has been pressed for you already, or if it's a dozen bits of photo etch you have to assemble. Anyway, a nicely detailed thing. But for proper bang for the buck, TACOM has released this kit in 1/72nd scale of a main armament turret for the proposed Japanese Super Yamato class battleship. This twin 20.1 inch gun set fired armour-piercing projectiles weighing almost 2 tons each. Fortunately, the ships were never built. Further into the realms of the fantastic, this time Saturday morning movie style, is this 1/288th scale kit of Flash Gordon's spaceship Sky Flash, used by Flash, Dale Arden and Dr. Zarkov in the 1954 TV series. Escapism can be a good thing. And finally, something very special, I think, the new 1/25th scale Shelby Cobra 287 from GTM Models. A kit of a frankly stunning car, and a very fine kit it is too. Maybe one for my Christmas list. On the bench this week, and indeed the week before, I have had the Gecko Models 1/35th scale K2Y or Katie ambulance, built as a small sort of commemoration and memory of the late Queen Elizabeth II, who was taught to drive one of these vehicles and indeed how to maintain them during her service in the ATS in World War II. The kit even comes with a Princess Elizabeth figure. It's quite the kit to build. It's very detailed at times. I guess you can choose how much detail you put in. You can put in every little hook and padlock if you really want, or you can just be a bit more flexible about it. It's entirely up to you. Like everything in modelling, it's entirely up to you. But the basic kit is very detailed, very sharp, goes together really quite well. There is just a lot of parts. I mean, a lot of parts. But, you know, it's a grand kit. Really is a grand kit. And really only £5 more than the Airfix kit. So you get a lot more option for detail for not that much more money. The markings I've used are for the Princess Elizabeth Katie. There's also the Katie used in Ice Cold in Alex, has its markings as well. Anyway, videos of all of these are already online. And I'll be doing a comparison video between the two kits later on as well, just to really sort of drill down into whether you should maybe think about one or the other. As everything, however, the choice is, of course, yours. The choice between the two Katies is, of course, entirely up to you. What is entirely up to me this week, at least, not in 2 weeks' time, but for this week, is the choice of the kit of the week. This week, the kit of the week is the Supermarine Seafire F17 in 1/48 from Airfix. It's a 2011, I think, tooling. It's pretty good. It's a lovely kit in so many ways. It's got the full manual wing folding, which is excellent. It's also very personal to me because when my father joined the Fleet Air Arm in the 40s, his first ship was HMS Triumph and his first squadron was 800 Naval Air Squadron. And this would be the first plane, or one very much like it, that he would have encountered on the ship. This is indeed the box art, at least, for an aircraft of 800 NAS on Triumph in about 1947, just after they'd visited Malta, which is where Dad joined the ship. So, as usual, on Tuesday, there's the box opening. On Wednesday, there's the build, maybe Thursday as well, I'll see. And I'll try and do a little bit of a historical thing as well for a combo video later towards the week. I'll see whether I can get that done. In any case, a lovely kit, one I'm really looking forward to doing. Doesn't need too much weathering and messing around because they were kept extremely clean thanks to the squadron's commanding officer at the time. So that starts tomorrow. Do please come back for that. Remember, if you've subscribed, and I hope you have, by clicking on that little button down there, and if you've remembered to set the bell, then you'll get a notification when all the videos of the Seafire, and indeed everything else I do, come up. Do check out the back catalogue as well, because there's loads of videos and all sorts of builds in there that you can like. And do come back again soon. I hope you've enjoyed the show. Please like it down there if you have. And I will see you next time.